Hello, hello. Li-Lan here, Xiang Li-Lan. And this is the Eno River in Durham, one of my favorite places, especially since March of 2020 when we all just didn't move and travel as freely. The places close by have been a real sanctuary for me. So, and I wish that you have your nature sanctuary too, as the support of nature really is unmeasurable. So it is close to fall, although the leaves haven't quite turned color yet, but the humidity is less and the air is crisper. And go ahead and take a deeper breath with me. Inhale and exhale. I have the setting sun behind me, which is the direction of this path of metal, which really in Chinese is gold, jin. And it comes from that alchemical philosophy of turning lead into gold, of turning something that seems inconspicuous into something valuable, or something that's not so pretty into something of wisdom. And so I'm not sure why I got translated to metal, but it's really gold. And the other change that I like to have made in English is that instead of the 5 elements of Chinese medicine, they're really the 5 paths. Though they correlate to an element in nature, but they're full of relationships, really, of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. And so they're really paths one can take. So for metal, it's the deep breath, it's the inhale and exhale, particularly the exhale. It's about reflecting on your day. So the time of metal is right now, right before nighttime, when it's best to start winding down. It's also like the 3rd week of the menstrual cycle. And it's also the time before the new moon. It's also about the time of the decade of the 40s or so, or 50s. And it is autumn, like I said. And if you have a particular project that you've worked on, this is that part where maybe it's not as common to review, but I think some organizations do focus on this. So it's after the execution of the project, and there's an establishment and an integration of that project into whatever it was meant to be intended for. And then it's looking back and reviewing what was useful and what was not, but in a rather unemotional way. It's really about the idea of letting the cycle play out so that the next time there's a start, there's a clear understanding of what could be done differently and what could be done better. And so as I was reflecting on this concept of cycles and of the gold path, I was reminded of when I was in high school, and I was probably like in 10th grade, and it was the summer, and I was supposed to be studying for the SATs, and no one was in school, but the school was open, and my parents and the parents of another Taiwanese classmate, Techeng Chung, they drop us off in school, and the library would be the only ones there. And we're supposed to be like reviewing SAT questions, but instead we really talked a lot. And one of the things he was commenting to me was that at the end of the day, when he was taking a shower, he'd think back on what he could have done differently during the day and what he might have done wrong. and reflecting on that and letting the water of the shower wash away what he would have done differently. Now at the time, I felt that that was a little harsh. And I would say that if you have a tendency to be overly critical of yourself, it might not be a practice that you want to do all the time, because you want to maybe balance that out with the practice of the earth path, the parent path of the gratitude of what did go nice and well in the day, so that you create a balance for yourself, as the mind has a tendency to go wherever it's most commonly going. But the gold path, the metal path, is about, in part, seeing what one could have done differently. So with that reflection, I leave you with that. And there will be another video of some more practical and easy and lighthearted ways of accessing the metal element. So see you next time.